Hey, what's up repeaters? Just want to give you a quick rundown of my 2019 tire combination I'll be running on my Devinci Atlas Carbon RC. It's kind of my go-to downcountry XC bike. Currently I have a Nobby Nic up front. It's a 2.35 width and a 29-inch wheel. The snakeskin version comes in about 800 grams. On the rear, it's the Maxxis Ignitor in a 2.35, also about 780 grams. Let's take a look at the contenders here. So I'm going to replace the front tire with this new Bontrager XR4 team issue. It is a 2.4-inch version, so a little bit wider. It's got some great cornering lugs, as you can see. And the center tread depth is also pretty deep, and it's pretty well spaced for clearing out mud, stuff like that. But it's got enough to make sure that it rolls pretty fast. So the Bontrager is a tubeless tire, of course, and they list kind of what they've deemed the different kinds of terrain that it can handle pretty well. As you can see, it's actually a pretty good all-rounder, which is what I'm looking for up front, with some good bite and a decent weight too, about 800 grams. I'll show you a quick close-up later of how they stack up against the Nobby Nic in terms of the pattern and the width. For my rear tire, I'll be using this Michelin Force AM. Really looking forward to trying this tire out. It's got the free compounds, free 60 TPIs, so it splits up the durometers to make it grippier. Nice cornering lugs on this one too, but it's got a really low profile center tread. It's got the trail shield technology, so that's what's going to help with the punctures on the sidewalls, and it's pretty good all-rounder, but mostly for dry. It'll roll quite fast. So this one comes in about 760 to 780 grams. I'll show you a quick comparison of how it stacks up against the Maxxis Ignitor. Alright, so I'm just going to do a quick comparison for the tread patterns on the two tires here. So you can kind of see it's a kind of similar setup between the Nobby Nic and the XR4. XR4 might be a little bit more spaced out. In terms of the tread depth and pattern, it's kind of similar, but again, the Bontrager is a bit wider at the 2.4 size, and looking forward to the puncture protection on this tire, because my Nobby Nic kind of weeps a bit of sealant, but comparable weight too, so we'll see how it goes with this guy. Alright guys, so let's take a look at between the Maxxis Ignitor and the Michelin Force. We can see the Ignitor. One thing I did like about it a lot was the lugs here are kind of like a pentagon shape. Clears mud really well, grips pretty good, and the side and top or middle lugs kind of have a similar height, whereas you could see on the Michelin it's definitely more pronounced on the cornering lugs and the faster rolling center tread. The lugs also on the Michelin kind of fall more like the traditional patterns, but they angle in pretty sharply and they're deeply siped. So I'm sure it'll provide some great grip as well as some fast cornering speed. The weights are pretty well comparable, so I'm sure it'll be a good kind of substitute for the Maxxis. Trying out the Michelin, and I'll definitely let you know once I get some dirt time on these trails. Alright guys, so I'm going to wrap this video up here. But I'll definitely check back in once I get these tires mounted and I get them in the dirt, and I'll make sure to report on how they compare. Thanks again guys for watching this video, and just remember, as always, you are what you repeat. Bye.